everybody. This is Jorge for Mexicali Fish Keeper. Today I'm going to do a new video, something I don't think I've done. I think I've only done this one time before on my channel. It's not typically the type of videos that I do. I'm actually going to be doing a product review today, or more of a product unboxing, because it's something that I just recently purchased that's going to help my fish room. I know you guys are looking right over my shoulder, this aquarium back here. Well, there's a couple of reasons why it's like that. One of them is obviously because it's growing, you know, that green spot algae on the surface of that panel. But the reason why you only see like 2/3 of it cleaned off is because I've been using an Algae Scraper. Let me show you the one that I've been using. I've been using an Algae Scraper with a handle on it, and there's a couple of things that are going on. One of them is, as you guys can see, that aquarium is sitting on top of a rack. It's the second aquarium on there. So in order for me to be able to do the maintenance on the screen of that, is I have to get on a ladder to be able to reach the top of that aquarium. And then once I get to the top, because it's an acrylic aquarium, the top of it, it's unlike the glass where it's only maybe 1.5 inches thickness on the frame. That top frame in there has got to be maybe about 6-7 inches before you get to the opening. So the problem is, once I go up there and I try to stick my arm in there, I don't have access to the full length of my arm. So instead of being able to use the scraper with just the one attachment on there, I have to add a second attachment. Now, the drawback to that is, the longer this wand gets, the less force you're able to generate to be able to scrape that algae off of there. And especially because it's acrylic, I can't use your regular razor blade. It's got to be a plastic blade. And so now you're using a surface that's a lot softer. You're going to have to put a lot more force behind it to be able to scrape that algae. So you can see how far I can scrape from the top to the bottom. So that's why that whole bottom section is mostly untouched, just because even if I put this extender, I can't get the right amount of leverage to do a proper clean on it. So I was getting tired of having to deal with that. So I started looking on YouTube to try to see if I could find a different product that would hopefully help me with that. And you know, immediately what you start finding out is they sell these magnetic scrapers that you can attach to a part of it goes on the interior of the aquarium, and then there's an exterior part in there. And I kept looking at different brands and stuff like that. A lot of them are not designed necessarily for acrylic tanks. They run the risk because they either run razor blades or a metal blade that could potentially scratch the aquarium. I'm not overly concerned with that on this aquarium, just because when I got this one for free, it was already heavily scratched. The gentleman that was trying to do it was going to try to do a polish job on it, and he never finished it, so it's already got some heavy scratching from sandpaper and stuff like that. And but for what I wanted, it served this purpose. So what I ended up doing is, after watching several videos out there that compare different manufacturers and brands, I found, which mostly you will be familiar with, is Flipper. Oh, where is it? Right here. The Flipper Edge Max. And from what I've seen, a lot of people are very satisfied with this product. So I decided that I wanted to give it a try. Now, in full honesty, I was not willing to buy this just because of the price. You know, if you guys know me and you guys been watching my videos, I don't spend a lot of money on products, but everybody that tried this seemed to be really behind the product, and it works. You know, from what I've seen on their videos, it works. My only concern is, I don't think I ever saw anybody do the green spot algae. It was more like diatomaceous algae, or if they didn't let it get as bad as mine did. So I'm about to find out if on a neglected aquarium like mine, if it's going to work or not. I have tampered expectations because I know this is several months of neglect. So I'm not gonna be very critical on stuff that I could have prevented had I been doing some maintenance on it, on a more regular basis. But anyways, going back to this product, this is not a free product. I don't do a lot of reviews on products precisely because I don't want to feel a certain obligation that just because I received the product, even though they say it's free, and to be honest on it, there's always going to be some hesitation behind it, because you don't want to necessarily upset the product provider. And to be honest, a lot of them, even though they tell you they want you to be truthful and honest on it, they don't like it when you give them a negative review. So the only conditions that I have on this, and I want to be as frank, as clear as possible, is I did email the company, and I was very clear on the email that I wasn't looking for a handout. I didn't want to get something for free, because getting something for free, whether conscious or unconscious, there's already some hesitation. Now, I'm not really doing like a review in itself because I want to use this. I'm very optimistic and hopeful that it does work, because that's going to make my life a lot easier. And like I said, I think retail for this is going like $130, which is by far the most money I've ever spent in my fish room. I haven't even paid for fish for that much. Half of the aquariums in here I've gotten for free, so it's not like I've been dropping money on aquariums. This is by far the first purchase where I'm going to make that is quite substantial, in my opinion. And I think at that price range, something is either going to work or not, and I think it has to justify that price on here. Now, they've been in the market for quite some years. On my email to them, I said, look, I'm not looking to get one for free. I understand they're a business. And that's another thing. I don't like doing free product reviews, especially of smaller businesses. And believe it or not, they're relatively a small business. Most businesses that deal with our hobby are small businesses compared to, if you look at Black & Decker, you look at Milwaukee Tools, those companies are tremendously big. These companies, even though in our world they're pretty big, at the end of the day, they're still a relatively small business compared to Coca-Cola, Pepsi-Cola, those kind of brands. So I understand they're a business. They're in the business to make money, not to give product away. So I will not reach out to any company whatsoever and ever ask for a free product. I've had companies offer to do product reviews for them, and they'll send me stuff. I don't want to, that's not for me. I don't want to do that. One, if you're a small business, that is taking money out of your pocket just so that I can get on here and say something about it. If I believe in your product, I'll buy your product, and with the conditions that I can be honest on it. But that's pretty much it. That's my take on it. I know everybody does what they do. They're free to do whatever. That's really what I'm trying to get at. People are free to do whatever it is they want to do, and I'm not here to judge anybody on that. It's just I'm telling you my personal take on this, and it should be no reflection on anybody else. I just personally don't feel comfortable getting free stuff, or asking for free stuff for that matter. But anyways, they were nice enough to give me a discount code, so that made it within the possibilities that I could be able to get this product. So that being said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to use it to make sure it cleans that up there. I have another acrylic aquarium, which, let me turn the camera down over there. You'll probably see it right there. About 3/4 of the way on that is also clean. That one I can actually clean with the scraper, but I got done. It's just a lot more work, and anybody that's been following me for a while or knows anything about me knows that I'm of the opinion of keeping it simple. This to me seems to be the product that's going to be able to do that for me. So we'll find out. Again, I know that I've neglected this for a long time. So my expectations on this, like I said, is most of the stuff that I've seen it has never been as bad as what I'm about to try it on. But hopefully it'll work. I mean, even if I have to scrape a little bit more, at least it'll give me an angle where, one, my arm, you know, I'm not getting the top of my sleeve all wet all the way down to your armpit and running down. I don't look like an elite athlete to be walking around without a shirt. So I know people would appreciate seeing me with a t-shirt on. So I don't want to do that. I just, you know, I want to do something where it makes it easier for me to keep up with the maintenance. That's really what it boils down to. And the more I can simplify my life, the better off I'm going to be. So let me go ahead and flip the things around, set them up so that we can see how it's going to work out, and we'll give it a go. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, so let's try to get this up there. I don't know what's going to be the best angle. So basically what you want to do is, like I said, separate this. This is supposed to float in there. Oh, almost caught my finger in there. I'm going to put this in my pocket just because I don't want it to hurt myself. But I want to make sure that the logo side is facing me, because the blades are going to be hopefully helping me scratch. I don't want to scratch, but clean the area in here. I'm already seeing that I might have some trouble here because I have that driftwood. I'm going to have to move it and make sure that it doesn't get in the way. So I might have to work my way around it and then come back and move that. My understanding is this thing floats. So let's find out if it does. Looks like it does. Now, let's see how difficult it's going to be for me to attach this section of it. So you're supposed to come up. Actually, that was pretty easy. A lot easier than I was expecting. So the idea is that you're supposed to be able to bring this back and forth. Yeah, it's not scratching the surface there. But now this is, whoa, wow. Huh. This is pretty cool. Let me bring you up closer. I don't know if you guys can see that from there. Let me stop. All right, so let me see if you can, I don't know if you can notice that in here, but as I go back and forth on this, it seems to be doing its job. I don't know about you, but I think I'm going to call that a win. Look at that. And it's not taking a whole lot of effort for me to be able to do this. Oh, hold on. Well, you guys can see it's working. Now, the only thing is, okay, that's not really scratching it. I was a little bit concerned. But, well, you can see where it's been scraping. I got to go back and forth a couple of times. I don't know if you're going to be able to notice that in there. But it's definitely cleaning it. So, is it worth it? I have to say it is. I think it's going to be money well invested. Other reason why I was not hesitant to buy this is because, let's see. Okay, it's only got a certain side that it'll do it. You know what? It's still better than me having to reach in there. So, you know, I can see it where it is cleaning it. It's doing a pretty good job compared to where it was at. The other reason why I really decided to invest the money on this is not so much for this aquarium and this aquarium, where you can see down in here how thick it is because eventually I'm going to set up that 300 gallon, and that's an acrylic tank too. Now, trust me, if I hate cleaning this, that other 300, which is basically two of these, it's exactly they took that 300 and chopped it in half and make this. It's exactly the same dimensions. I've already measured it out, and you know, it's gonna. I'm I wasn't going to be breaking my back trying to clean it. And with this, it seems like it's going to be a win. I'm going to be able to use it. As you guys can see, it does a really good job of cleaning out that algae. I still have to go back and forth a couple of times, but it's a lot better and a lot quicker than the old way of me doing it. So as far as I'm concerned, it works. And it's going to be probably some of the best money I've invested. So I'm really happy. Like I said, I knew that was a long time of neglection. So if it didn't work out, it worked a lot better than I would have imagined. So, you know, $100 that I spent on it, is it worth it to me? To me, it is. I know it's not cheap. It's can be pretty pricey, but then again, these are bigger aquariums. The price does change a little bit, not by much, but overall, I'm pretty happy with it. So, am I happy that I paid that much for it? Not really, but it's going to save me a lot of grief, and that in the end is worth it. And I guess this is the adage of you get what you pay for. So, with that being said, thank you. Hopefully, you kind of enjoyed. This is kind of a quirky product review because I normally don't do them. For those of you that are interested, I'm doing this exact video in Spanish. If you're curious to see what that looks like, go check it out. Either way, thank you guys for being here and watching what I do. I appreciate you. And hopefully we'll see you guys soon. So you guys take care. Bye-bye.